Well, first to introduce myself. My name is Olivia Cook. I'm an RVC graduate from 2001 and I work primarily as a canine sports medicine practitioner, which sounds more technical than it actually is, since what it means is that I supervise greyhound race meetings, care for the racing dogs and try to stop the trainers doing anything stupid. Like all the candidates for council, I was given a list of questions and told to choose one or two to answer. I read the list and there are many questions there which would take a week to answer. Not the 2.5 minutes we're given. So the ones I'm going to answer are the two on CPD, including the one that says, will any of the candidates pledge to scrap the ridiculous, pathetic, millennial waste of time that is reflecting on CPD? Because I suspect they never expected the question to be answered, and I love confounding expectations. I'm going to turn the question around. I think there is no vet in the country who hasn't already met and reflected on their CPD, but we don't think of what we've done as CPD. If you discussed a case with a colleague, that's CPD. If you spent an hour helping your new graduate with her first pyometry, that's CPD for both of you. If you participated in a Facebook debate with other vets, that's CPD. You never knew all those arguments about AHCs were actually free CPD, did you? Enter it, write it up. If you can add a couple of your thoughts about the argument, you've reflected on it. Good for you. Just try to edit out the more unprofessional expletives. As far as the question about the rolling average goes, I did think it was an unnecessary change and it did penalise those taking a career break. But I'd like to bet those people are still managing far more than 35 hours a year. The problem is we aren't recording it, and maybe that's also the answer, that we need a still more simple way of entering it all up as we go along. As for the other questions, I agree with the vet who stated their old mentor used to say to be a veterinary surgeon you must have a true sense of vocation. Yes, it's entirely true. But it isn't an excuse to exploit that sense of vocation. If a disaster comes in 5 minutes before closing time and every person stays late to deal with it, that's vocation. If every person stays late every night because appointments are routinely overbooked, that's bad management and all too common. And I have no idea what to say to the vets who asked about the RCVS's London property purchase. But if you decide you're going to give me a chance to get into council and find out, I intend to find out. Because I'm just an ordinary vet. My retention fee is paid to the RCVS each year, just like yours, and I want to know the answer too.